Well, good afternoon, YTPC. This is Dave coming to you from the paddock here in Southern Maryland. It's Wednesday. It's about 2:45, and check it out, buddy. Look at that. It's even got black eagles up here. Can't do it with my finger here. See the black eagles? I know they're supposed to go on top of old Glory over there, and I've got a nice gold eagle on top of that bad boy. But the black eagles fit well, so I'm leaving them on there. So anyway, we'll keep flying the flag of dissent and contention and non-compliance. How about that? Let's see. I'm smoking. This is becoming my favorite. My church warden, fancy meerschaum. I don't smoke it every day. I learned that lesson. And what's in it? San Sepulcro. Hard to get, but man, it is good. So go out where you buy it and register for when it comes back in stock. I don't know if it's I don't know. I know nothing about how C&D's doing this. It says small batch. It says 6,010, so it's really much smaller than their standard 15,000 small batch. So these, it might be gone. It might be unobtainium right now. I don't know. I don't know how C&D is going to handle this. I don't know if it's going to be a quarterly release or biannual, or if we got to wait a year. But anyway, if you've got one or you can get it, it's pretty damn good. Let me light up. I've been smoking this bowl for a little while. Thank you, Greg. All right, guys. Bill Keach asked in a public comment about credit card services. And so I sent him what I'm about to tell you. I responded to his email, but he sent it to me. He also put it as a public comment on one of my videos. So I don't think there's any issue answering this question out here in the out here in the open. It's one of those things that I think it could be helpful to a lot of people. So I want to talk about which one it looks like we're going to recommend, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what they do and what to watch out for. Okay, you guys. So when you ask for credit card services or anything, what you really, the industry term is credit card or debt consolidation services. And you can see here, we're back here at Forbes. I think I consider them at least somewhat of a neutral party when they evaluate these sorts of services, so I tend to go to them. They're too big and too widely known to hawk services sort of without saying they're doing that. So we'll see. But you can see we'll just scroll down. So you can see they consider Achieve to be the best consolidation service. It talks in here about they believe they can get you loans between $7,500 and $40,000. Let's see why we picked it. Here's what you want to be careful. Loan origination fees, 2% to 7% of the amount you're trying to get. So just be a little bit careful. But it goes down and says best if you're looking for a no interest if repaid within 30 days. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Best for bad credit is upgrade.com. Best for comparing multiple offers, Universal Credit. Best for flexible payment terms, Happy Money. Best for debt consolidation perks. I don't even know what that means. Best egg. So if you go to Forbes.com or if you just do a Google search for best credit consolidation services, this is what pops up. So I'm since they're ranking number one across the board is Achieve. I don't see any reason why not to go after that. Here's what you want to be careful of. Could be between 9% and 36%. So clearly you don't want anything near that upper end. 35% is probably what you're paying on credit cards. Your credit card debt is usually 29 to 35%. I believe this is the legal maximum, 36%. So that's why you see it listed. And most credit cards head that way. They start out, they teaser rate you, and then they immediately begin moving upon, I think it's your first bounce you carry over, they begin to escalate. And be careful, in the small print, they'll tell you 29, 30, 31%. And that they now legally can go to 35.99. So just be aware of that. That's enough for the screens. I'm always at the end of a bowl when I do this with you guys. Let me grab my notes. All right. Usually what you're looking for, if you need to go down this road, what you probably have is you probably have a number of installment loan payments. That's the buzzword, right? So I'm always trying to delingo this crap for you guys. If you have a car payment, school loan payment, 3 or 4 credit cards you're paying on, maybe you have a big medical bill or dental bill you're paying on, and you're paying monthly payments against a debt. It's called an installment loan. Cars sometimes fit into that and sometimes they don't. And what these guys do, they're called debt consolidation services. That's the buzzword. That's the lingo I want to delingo for you today. It's not just credit cards. What these guys usually try to do is they go out and find all the things you're making payments on, and they combine as many of them as they can into one single loan and pay off all the other loans. So you'll have one loan with a bank, and you'll make one payment, and that payment will then go to pay off that one loan, because all the other ones are gone. They've been paid off by the bank that you got this service through. The other thing they try to do is lower the interest rate that you're being charged. So if you have 5 or 6 small loans, small balance, high interest rate loans, they'll consolidate into one medium sized debt with a lower interest rate. So in general, this is a good thing, okay? But there are some be carefuls, buts, right, as they say. Yeah, it's great, but so let's go through. The other thing they're going to try to do, I think you should ask them, is can they go to the credit bureaus after you've signed a letter of authorization and negotiate poor or bad credit items and get them off of your credit report. It matters in today's world what your credit rating is. So the more, if you have 30-day delinquencies or 60-day delinquencies or 90-day delinquencies, they can work with the creditors to get them off of your credit report, especially if you've signed with them as a client, you found a loan, they've consolidated, they've paid off these things, and you're now essentially paying them this one payment. They can now go and negotiate as the new debtor to get you a better credit rating. So I'm going to stop there for a minute. It's not all honey and roses, though. So, this is when you stop and listen to me. Debt reporting happens every month. So every loan that you've had, everybody that reports to the credit bureaus does it electronically once a month. And so you have to be careful of this. The debt consolidation service can go in and clean up the current entry that your credit card, I'm going to use credit card. Let's say you're 2 months behind on credit card and they're reporting 60-day delinquency, and you have a current 60-day delinquency on your credit report. They will negotiate today. They'll make a phone call and they'll write a letter and they'll get that item removed, right? Because you no longer have that debt. But the reporting company, when their computers kick off the list of what to report to the credit bureaus, that record could refresh the credit bureau, and the 60-day delinquency could reappear on your credit report. You thought it was removed, you saw it get removed, the consolidation company told you it was removed, and within 30 days they're all right back on your report. So you have to be careful. This is not a fire and forget exercise, okay? Once you do this, you need to maintain and pull your own credit reports. There's 3. You need to go through and pull all 3 credit reports. And I think it's Standard & Poor's, Equifax, and TransUnion are the big 3. You need to make sure they stay off. And if you see them reappear, you need to call your consolidation company and say, hey, it came back on. How do we get it removed now, and how do we keep it removed? So just keep in mind, bad debt, bad credit report items get reported every month by everybody who has debt, okay? And you need to get it removed from the reporting agency, not just the 3 credit unions, or the 3 credit reporting agencies. So keep that in mind. You have the big 3 credit report agencies, and then you have all the people you owe money to reporting in. And if you haven't pulled a credit report in a while, you might want to, because you may have a lot of unused accounts you want closed. Delinquent accounts that are long gone, get those deleted. There can be a lot of work. There's a little bit of work to be done in maintaining even the standard person's credit report. I purchase an annual credit monitoring service, so it monitors anything that ever touches any of my family's addresses or phone numbers or emails or social security numbers. And so it can be a bit of a pain, because sometimes you're trying to do something and it gets flagged as fraudulent by the reporting agency. But I guess, I'm sorry, I'm obfuscating this video with a whole nother conversation that should be a whole nother video. And that's how to maintain your credit report. So I'm going to stop there. The whole point of this one is, I think we found a good one for you to use if you have a consolidation need, and you know you're going to ask them to consolidate your loans, get you a lower interest rate, and get bad credit items off of your credit report, okay? Those are the things you're going to ask them to do. And you're going to be aware of bad credit items getting deleted and then coming back onto your credit report. These are all things you need to talk to directly with the agency you hire. All right, here's the other item. I need you to stop and look at the camera and pay attention for a minute. The real danger in doing this is that it works, okay? And they pay off your credit cards and they pay off those other installment loans, and you're making a payment, you're making one single payment, and usually it's quite a bit less than all your other payments added together. So you want to be careful how long you're going to be making those payments for. But the real danger now is your credit cards are now paid off. And if you don't change the mindset and your behavior with credit cards, you will go fill them up again. And now you're in real trouble. Now you've got to make all those credit card payments again and make this consolidated loan payment. So, you can't get yourself late with that consolidated loan. I mean, they will come after you pretty hard, and it can really hurt. And don't go bury yourself in debt. Don't become a second debt slave and double your debt slavitude by now taking all these freed up credit cards and using them again. So, most of the time people recommend you cut them up, throw them away. You can't use them now, they're full anyway. So don't get used to using them anymore, and just cut them up and don't use them. Maybe you're much older and much wiser than you were when we dug this hole, but just make damn sure if you're not paying them off every month as you use them, once you've done this, you've gotten the shovel out and you're digging the hole again. So this is a big deal, guys. I mean, most of these guys can help you. Most of these guys can get you a debt consolidation loan and get you paying one payment. The danger is you don't pay attention to your credit report and you dig your hole again, and you don't pay attention to how long the loan is they're getting for you, or you don't pay attention to the interest rate they're charging you for the new loan. That's it, guys. Ask me questions if it's confusing or if I've made this more lingually than I meant to. I'm trying to de-lingo, right? Just like I did with my investment series. So we're going to put this up there. It's going to be something like debt consolidation services or something like that. That's what I'll put up today. And then that's really it for this one. I don't want to make it too long a video, and I don't want too many subjects in here. This is a big one. This can really help you or really screw you, depending on who you are and how you use it and what you do once it's successful. That's it, guys. I'll be back in a few hours, and we will do a fireside chat. It's not too windy out there right now, so if it stays like it is out there, where I can have a real fire in the real fire pit again. That's it, you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.